Have you ever wondered why patience is so crucial in our lives and what role does it play in our faith? In our journey of faith, waiting on the Lord is a fundamental element. It's not just about biding time, but about trusting that God is working in our lives, even when we can't see it. Consider the words of Psalm 27, verse 14. Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. This passage encourages us to wait actively, to be strong and courageous during the times of waiting. It's not merely about passivity, but about fostering an attitude of resilience and courage, trusting God's timing over our immediate desires. Now let's turn to Isaiah 40, verse 31. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall mount up with wings like eagles, they shall run and not be weary, they shall walk and not faint. Here, Isaiah beautifully illustrates the rewards of waiting. Waiting on the Lord doesn't drain us, instead it renews our strength. It empowers us to rise above our challenges, to run our race without growing weary, to walk our path without losing heart. Through these passages we see the transformative power of patience and waiting. It's not a stagnant state but a season of growth, renewal, and deepening faith. In our moments of waiting, we find the strength to soar high, run without weariness, and walk without fainting. Remember that God is never idle, even when we are waiting. Picture this. You're in a season of waiting. It might feel like everything has come to a standstill. But take heart, because even in these moments, God is working. In the book of Philippians chapter 1 verse 6 it is written, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you, will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. This passage is a profound reminder of God's unceasing work in our lives. Even when we can't see it, God is actively shaping us, molding us, refining us. He is the master potter, and we are the clay. He's preparing us for the blessings and challenges that lie ahead. And yes, challenges will come. As echoed in Romans chapter 5 verses 3 to 4, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. This may seem paradoxical. Why would we rejoice in suffering? The answer lies in the transformative power of trials. They are not to break us, but to build us, to fortify our character, and to kindle a flame of hope that burns brighter with each test we overcome. So, while you're waiting, remember this: God is not idle. He's working within you, shaping your character and nurturing your hope. Even in our sufferings we find a reason to rejoice, for they breed perseverance, character, and hope. Time is a fascinating concept, isn't it? Especially when it's in God's hands. The Bible, in its infinite wisdom, has much to say about the timing of events and our trust in it. Consider the passage from Ecclesiastes. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. This verse reminds us that life is full of seasons, each with its unique purpose and timing. There's a time for joy, and a time for sorrow, a time for planting, and a time for harvest. Just as nature has its cycles, so do our lives under the watchful eye of God. Another passage from the book of Habakkuk echoes this sentiment. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. This verse emphasizes the importance of patience and trust in God's timing. Our human perspective is limited, and we often want things to happen sooner than they should. But God, in His omniscience, knows the perfect time for everything. These passages underscore a fundamental truth that, while we may not always understand the timing of events in our lives, we can trust that God does. He sees the bigger picture and orchestrates every moment for our good and His glory. Though the vision may tarry, we wait for it, trusting in the perfect timing of God. Did you know that trials and patience are essential ingredients for growth? It's a bold statement, but it's one that's echoed throughout the Bible. Let's take a look at the book of James. The first chapter, verses 2 to 4, states, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." That's a powerful message. It tells us that facing trials with joy isn't a form of denial, but a recognition that these challenges are opportunities for growth. They test our faith and build our perseverance, leading us towards spiritual maturity and completeness. But there's more. In the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 25 we read, "But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience." This verse reminds us that patience is not just about waiting, but about waiting with hope. It's about trusting God's plan even when we can't see the outcome, knowing that He is at work in our lives. So you see, trials and patience are not just random occurrences. They're part of a divine process designed to shape us, to mold us into the people we're meant to be. And in the face of trials, we find joy, knowing that our faith is being tested to produce perseverance. In our moments of waiting, it's crucial to remember, God never forgets us. The book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verses 15 and 16, paints a vivid picture of God's unwavering love and memory of us. It reads, "Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has borne? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me." These words serve as a comforting reminder during our periods of waiting and anticipation. They assure us that even when we feel forgotten or overlooked, God's steadfast love and remembrance of us never wane. His divine love is so strong and unchanging that it surpasses even the deep bond between a mother and her child. Even if a mother forgets her child, God will never forget us. We are engraved on the palms of His hands.